Good morning, it's Monday, 12th of August, and welcome to Summer's Way of Life. Today I'm going to share lots of random thoughts with you, which I think for those of you who watch this and enjoy the channel will feel inspired. So completely random, hopefully not for too long, but before I forget these thoughts, let me share them. So first of all, I always start off with a little bit in the garden. Just want to show you these peaches I talked about in the last video. The last video was on cults, but I always start off with something in the garden. And I mentioned that the squirrels are eating my peaches. Well, look at this. This is a lovely peach that was picked off the tree and munched away. Look, just a tiny bit munched and then just left. Now, I found this actually sitting on top of the fence there because they run across the fence onto the roof, run back, I can hear them pitter-patter, and run all the way back. That's their little bridge to the tree where they live, in that tree up there. So this is what they're doing, these cheeky little things, and so annoying. So there's still a few left quite high up that hopefully they can't reach. Hopefully there'll be a few left, and next year I'll have to find a different way to stop them eating so many. Right, over here, this is the pickle for all of those Indian Pakistani viewers. Look at this. This is homemade pickle. Now I have ordered, well, I'm going to order today. I've got some at home, but I'm going to order cold pressed til ka tel, which is sesame oil. And I'm going to put all of this into it because they've been cooking in the sun for quite a few days now. I bring them in every night, obviously. The other thing, I think today's a flower day, so I've been deadheading, and I'm also going to cut all the thyme, and I'm going to do it now. Lay out a sheet or something on the ground and let it all dry. Use the sun, aside from just doing your washing. I know there are people out there that use dryers even when the sun's out. Remember to go back to your humanness. Use the sun. Right, I'll talk more about that just now in the next couple of minutes. So thyme is all going to be drying out in the sun because it's so hot. It's a brilliant opportunity. The other thing I wanted to share, just turn this towards the sun, it's better light. The other thing that I wanted to share is that I was in West Wittering yesterday with my mum and dad. Now, I do a lot with them because they are old, and it is in some ways a little bit. I'm just checking that my dad's not turning up because he goes on these walks and he turns up, which is really nice. I love it that he feels that he can just turn up to his daughter's house. But let me go back to what I was saying. I was in West Wittering yesterday, which is on the coast, south coast, the South Downs, an area of outstanding natural beauty. A lot of the south of the UK is, and there's some ways that we went that some roads that we went through that I've never seen before. Absolutely beautiful at this time of year, and I spend a lot of time with my parents. I choose to. This is the important thing, because I think, see, the thing is, there's so much love in my heart, and the memories with them are so important, and seeing them and helping them feel that they are still loved, even though they're in their old age, when we're living in a society where old people on media have been seen and believed to be of surplus requirements. And this is all mainstream media nonsense. Now look, I'm going to share what happened at West Wittering yesterday, and this is what I want to talk about. First of all, really hot day. It was a Sunday, it's the holidays, so of course it's going to be busy. But this is what I want to share. This is the perspective that I had and that I gauged while I was there, which anyone can go, but would have a very different perspective. Life is all about perspectives, and the eyes with which you see the environment around you is the reality through your source connection that emanates. You see, those in charge of our beautiful earth they are also in charge of our thinking. If you can control the mind of a people, you can control the world. The mind, the frequency. At West Wittering yesterday, we were there early because we knew it was going to be packed. I'd booked wheelchair access and booked a wheelchair and booked a car park space, all of that beforehand for my mum. And when we arrived there, it started to get busier and busier, which was wonderful. I saw it as wonderful because all you could hear is the babble of babies. There were families there, babies and children, and screams of laughter, babies splashing around in the soft waves coming in. It's a wonderful, calm part of the shoreline. And then as the day wore on, you would see people of all creeds and colours appear. Indians, Pakistanis, South Indians, Chinese, lots of Eastern Europeans. You know, we're talking about immigration, which has such a negative connotation in the media. And yet all these people were coming, along with the big British populace, all out, all together, in finding whatever space they could on the beach. And they could have walked a long way further to be away from everybody, but no, because being on the beach alone is no fun. Yes, it is sometimes. I'm not saying, I love walking along the beach alone, but going out with the family, there's an energy that's created when you've got a family day out. You can't have a family day out without people. And especially when people are enjoying themselves, it creates this buzz around you. And what I noted was, all the barbecues out and so on, no, there was no hate, there was no racism. I didn't feel any of it. There was no animosity to one another. You had children of all creeds and colours playing. You had parents talking to families of all creeds and colours. That's what I saw. That was what I witnessed the whole day. Now, when I was wheeling my mother in the wheelchair, the big sand cruise, it's a special wheelchair which is these big wheels back, we had to go up a ramp, and I was finding that quite difficult because it was hot and I didn't have enough energy. And this is what happened. This is the nature of frequency. I didn't go angry, stamping my foot. I was just pushing it along and stopping for rest, pushing it along because you're kind of working against the sand. And there were lots of people there that witnessed it, but you know where we are today in the frequency of society in general, that people don't come and help you. They don't. It's just not done anymore. Unless somebody changes that dynamic and that reality. And out of the blue, this Englishman, very Englishman, came running with his shades on and a bare body, and he put his hands up like this. He said, "I'm Superman." Actually, the way he said it was, "I'm Superman. I will help you get up that ramp." And he took hold of the handles of my mother's wheelchair, and I helped him. I just went, "Thank you," and he helped me push it up. And then suddenly another lady, maybe in her 40s, long blonde hair, in her bikini, came running and said, "I will help you too." And she came to behind us, and with her hands she was pushing us, pushing both of us, putting the energy in to help propel the wheelchair up the ramp. And what I want to explain to you is this. It is precisely this that is the marvel and kindness of humanity, especially when they're in an environment that's conducive to love and familial gatherings. You know, if I was walking through a war zone, that wouldn't have happened. Yeah, not least because you want to help yourself survive, but it's less likely. This is the kindness. This is humanness. And the only way, the two things here, number one, we hear the opposite in the media, completely the opposite. Why is it on that day there was no one fighting, no one arguing? You had nature, you had the sun, the sea, the sand, the breeze blowing, and everybody happy. Why was it there was no animosity to one another? Is it because maybe the media hypes it? Maybe they just focus on one little event that happens and you assume then it's happening everywhere? Do not believe what you hear on the media, because it's not reality. And when that comes into your brain and you absorb it, you become that. That's evil. That's against our creative nature as loving human beings. Anything that suppresses creativity is evil. The video I did just recently on cults, and I named particular companies, suppressing humans' creativity and inciting them to hate because you do, means you're evil. It's evil. It's an evil act. Evil, E-V-I-L, the opposite is live, L-I-V-E. Be alive, be a live. To me, having returned, even though it's very easy to become propelled into a negative frequency, I don't watch any of this mainstream media, but I'm aware of it and I'm aware of what it does. I'm aware of how it works. But coming back from yesterday just gave me so much love for people in general, all of them, English, Irish, whatever they are, Indian, Pakistan. It depends on the individual's frequency and the environment they're around. I know there are people around me, one or two in my family, who would not have got up to help. Most of them would. And that would be directly related to the environment they're in, especially if they're easily manipulated by the environment that they forget who they are. And these can be very intelligent people, very successful people, it doesn't matter. The weakness is weakness of the mind. Okay, have a strong mind, and that's where being authentic matters, because an authentic human being comes from a very kind place. We are given that love frequency by our Maker. This is what is feared so much by those who want to control us. That ability in us to feel that love and act according to that is so powerful. Whoever watched that would have thought, God, yeah, next time I'm going to help. Because that man did. That man did. What an experience. I've come back a different person. I'm a different person today. I'm joyous. I'm happy. Serve. Teach. Learn, teach, and serve others. That's what we're here for in whatever way you can. And live your best life. Doing that, doing the things that you love, the gifts that you've been given, the talents that you've been given. I've got to keep drumming this into you. If you're a painter, paint. If you play music and you love that, do that. If you enjoy nature, all of us do. Nature brings out the best in us. Painting. I can't imagine there's any real painter who doesn't love and immerse themselves in nature. All that contemporary art is, well, it's bullshit to me, most of it. Okay, so today, just want to show you this wonderful tomato here. This is an heirloom tomato, and it's a slicing tomato, and it's sort of going yellow now. It's nice and soft. So I've taken it off, and I am going to slice it and see what it tastes like. These are the small, this is completely organic, GM-free, heirloom heritage. So I'm going to really look after the seeds here. These are not. These are GM Gardener's Delight from the shops, from the garden centre. And I'll be cooking these. I will not be eating these raw. And this is a peach that I'm hoping to ripen, but it's another one that's been munched by a squirrel, annoying. And the last few strawberries that I'm seeing, and the strawberry plants that I've got, which I'm just going to munch away at myself today. That was just a quick a chat with you, and have a wonderful day, and make sure you get out in the sun. I have caught the sun, beautiful, lovely tan, but it's not about the tan. It's about the absorption of the sun's energy into my skin. What it does to every cell in my body. Not only does it good from a physical perspective and a biological perspective, but it lights up your heart. You're absorbing the light. It's so metaphorical. That's why those individuals that pack themselves with makeup, again, this is a mainstream game that's played to destroy the divinity within us, not religion, divinity. understand what divinity actually means. The ability to transcend perceived reality. You come to a real reality, transcend that. So those individuals that pack their makeup, they can't absorb the sun. So they'll never, the light of God and the light of life and the light of health will never be in them. It's very sad. So this has so many different variable positive effects. Use the sun and wisen up as well. Have a lovely day.